Welcome to Around the Bases, the pop culture and sports podcast with your host,
Charlie Seymour.
and I'm Tim Sternberg. Hit it, Nick. We are back. Hit it, Nick. How's it going, buddy?
Hit it,
We did it
Nick.
again. We did it again. We started this podcast just like that again. Charlie, how's it going?
It's going well. How are you doing?
Good. I can't complain. I love May. Summer, and when we start getting into the summer, and I don't know, it goes back to when we were kids, and school's almost out, and I don't know when do the schools let out in Illinois typically?
Oh, it's all over the place, honestly. All over the place.
Yeah, that's like it
Usually
is
like
here.
first, second week of June.
Interesting. Yeah, when I was in New York, when I basically was a product of the New York City public school system, we didn't get out of school until like the end of June, which was so bad.
The end of
Um,
June, you said?
End of June, dude. Like the
Wow.
25th usually. The positive to that, of course, is that we didn't start school until the Monday after Labor Day.
After Labor Day, yeah.
Right. So, or the Tuesday after
Still
Labor
though.
Day.
So all you
Uh,
get is July and August, basically.
but I remember like as clear as day as a student in June in New York in Brooklyn, like we used to have these like brown paper towels in the school. I don't know if you guys had that too. I literally go to like the water fountain and just wet them and plaster them on my head because it was so hot. It's funny I live in Florida now, but
So I just wanted to clarify for the record, you just asked me if brown paper towels still existed.
no, I mean in schools
Of
when you were going
course.
to school.
Yeah, of
Well,
course.
dude, you listen, you're
Do
a
they
lot
not
younger than
exist? Do
me.
they not
They
exist
do.
in today's world today anymore?
We did.
That's what I'm.
Wow. Okay.
I'm just
We're gonna have the
asking.
brown tape. Oh, we're gonna have the brown paper towel. All right. All right.
Are
No,
they?
I mean in the school. You know how they have those things?
Yeah, they had one when I was there. I'm not like 50 years younger than you.
I mean, kinda.
No.
Just kidding. Listen, I'm giving you credit. I'm giving you some age. I mean, you don't want to rush it. Don't. It's take your time.
Back in my day, I
Back in
walked
my
to
day,
I walked to school uphill 3 miles in the snow both ways.
dude. Have you ever seen that segment of Seth Meyers? You watch the
Of course,
so,
yeah, I do know
he
that.
has like the back in my day. Oh, so funny. Anyway, okay. Hi. So let's talk about Survivor. I saw the funniest meme uh today, actually. It says it was on some social media platform, and it says something about it had a picture of Mitch, right? And it said, "Tell me Mitch isn't just thinking he's on vacation." I mean, I don't foresee Mitch going far. Do you?
No, I think they wanted to vote him out for a while. It's just a matter of time as to when.
I do. I honestly do believe the final. I have a prediction for the final three. I think it's going to be um Kyle, um his friend, I forget her name.
Camilla,
I think it's gonna be Kyle, Camilla, and either Joe or Eva
one of
is
the
the
two.
final three. Yeah. You gotta
And
like it.
will you think they go head to head for fire making for that last
I,
spot?
I do. I actually think Camilla is going to win immunity. Or I think that, it's always something interesting at the end. And I think it would be really great television to see Kyle and Joe and Eva go for fire. Or I don't know how that works. Oh, no, she would take Kyle. So then Joe and Eva would go for fire. I don't know.
So that means you know how my brain works. So I now know who you have seen eliminated in the promo based off of what you've said so far, right?
No, I did not say that. No, no. What are you
No?
talking about? I didn't
Okay.
spoil it.
I didn't say you spoiled it. I'm just saying I'm deducting based off of what you've said so far.
I don't know what you're talking. Oh, by the way, what Charlie is referring to, folks, is that there is a promo out there that literally spoils um spoils
The
the
results for the upcoming episode.
so it spoils the
So don't watch any promos.
it spoils the next boot and it spoils the immunity.
Ooh,
Um,
the yikes. I didn't realize it was a double spoil.
yeah,
Why did they
yeah.
do that?
Um, yeah. I'm not gonna say any more because I don't want you to kill me,
It's too late. I already figured it out. I mean, that was pretty easy. I think even you could have done that math.
dude. Wow, but I deserve that. I deserve it. I deserve it. Um, so yeah.
So yeah,
Surprise.
there are five people left, and Tim named his final four. So yeah, I think we can figure out.
No, don't do that to
Okay.
our listeners.
All right. Don't rewind it. It's already
Oh,
passed. They already forgot it. It's fine.
I won't. I won't mention it again. Um, so
But
funny.
yeah, we can talk about last week's episode.
No, definitely. So one thing that struck me funny, in last week's episode, is when Shaheen was eliminated. I mean, eliminated was voted out. He's walking and he's making the sounds again as tribal council. I like the dude. I was
Yeah,
upset.
you said you saw your favorite Survivor meme. My favorite Survivor meme is the one I sent you today with Shaheen. Someone tagged him in it and he thought it was hilarious, but it basically was like someone drew a cartoon and there was like a burglar in the house and it said how to catch Shaheen and he just started singing the Survivor song and then Shaheen sang it back and said, "Oh crap."
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing. So like he couldn't help himself.
exactly.
I love
Exactly.
that. That's hilarious.
Almost like a Marco Polo game that he just had to repeat it.
If you don't know what we're referring to, I don't, you're not watching Survivor. Shaheem has been amusing the whole season and is like, I don't even,
Yeah, he's
whatever
just
he's
making a
doing
lot
the
of tribal
sound.
sounds.
Yeah, tribal sounds. It's funny. I honestly not surprised, Shaheem. I know we had kind of
I
chatted
was
back and
sad to
forth.
see him go.
You're not surprised though, are you?
No, not surprised. He he should have he should have reacted better after his conversation with Joe
Hmm.
because he read the situation perfectly and then Joe completely called the situation perfectly, but they still voted wrong. Which also I want to mention, how was I how was the other vote against him, Camilla, when it was her plan the whole time?
What?
What happened there?
What? I need to know what happened there. What?
Yeah,
Like I didn't honestly, I'll be honest with you, until you told me, I didn't really, I like
yeah.
watch the previews, but I don't really watch the placards when they show the names and who they're voting
Yeah,
on.
after at the end of the episode's already over, so it probably goes unnoticed by a lot of people. But I always like to skip to the end and then see the who all the votes fell on. And when I heard it was 4-2, I just assumed that Joe and Eva stuck together, and then the two votes were Shaheen and and Mitch. That's what I thought. I thought
That's what I
Shaheen and
thought
Mitch were
too.
the two, but it ended up no, it was Camilla,
Camilla.
which she was the one who devised this whole thing to get the votes. Like, why did she do that? Like, what was the purpose behind that? Unless she was just trying to, maybe she knew it was going to end up being 5-1, so she threw a hanky vote just to make people go paranoia city next week.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say, do you think maybe she was trying to shine a light on somebody else? And
yeah, I don't know.
it was
Well,
weird.
maybe we'll get
Like,
clarity on that in the
who
beginning of the
would
next
she?
one.
I hope so. If not, hopefully Jeff will bring it up during the reunion. That's interesting that you saw that because I totally missed that. I didn't see that at all. Yeah, I mean, listen, I said last week, last week was the time to get Joe out if they're going to get Joe out at this point. And plus now looking at, and this has nothing to do with the trailer spoiler at all. But Joe has been given a winner's edit as far as I'm concerned. I mean, no one has
Yeah,
had
totally.
more confessionals than he has. Eva also has been given a really great edit, and Kyle has been given a really great edit. So I don't know if I'm gonna predict a final three. It's gonna have two of those people in it for sure. I don't
Yeah.
know how the third works. But yeah. And yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, I couldn't believe I was watching the trailer and I was like, literally, why are they showing that person with immunity necklace on? And why I'm watching people, and this is how it's spoiled. I won't say who, but they show people walking to tribal, and you can clearly see um Shaheen, and the person right after him is pretty clear to know who that is. So
Well, then maybe you didn't see what you thought you saw because Shaheen's already out.
no, I mean, you know how they show the no, this is from the next tribal. How they show the people going into tribal, like these
The
are the
jury?
jury members. Yeah, it was the
Oh,
final tribal, so it shows into the
oh, it
fire
shows
making
one of
challenge.
the five in street clothes in the
Yes,
jury. I see.
yes, yes, very clearly. So I know who that person is without a doubt.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's all I'll say about that.
We'll we'll
Um,
we'll
have
circle
I
back and
spoiled it or have I not?
we'll reconfirm it next week. And
If I did spoil it, you're gonna have Charlie raking me over the coals next
no,
week.
I don't care.
But yeah. So I mean, the season's turning out to be not as bad as it was, I guess. I mean, there are great characters being developed. I really we talked about this too, right?
I know
I
what you're gonna
re
say.
I really didn't want to root
We
for
didn't want
Joe.
to root for Joe, but he's
No.
so likable. It's hard to not to root for Joe.
How could you not like the dude?
I
The
know.
way he's treated Eva, though he's just a stand-up guy talking about his family. I like the dude. I usually don't like the beef heads like that, the muscle
I
guys. I
know.
don't like
I'm in
them,
complete agreement on that.
but I like him, and he's a firefighter. How could you not like him? I mean, oh man,
It's tough to not root for him right now. I also think Kyle.
Kyle's awesome.
I would love to see Kyle win.
He is smart. Holy cow. I mean,
Yeah,
he is a gamer. He kind of plays a game I would play. Like, he thinks two steps ahead. He analyzes everything. Yeah, I am a fan. I am a fan. And Eva's fun, but I don't think I mean, she's won comps, don't get me wrong, but I don't think she's done anything real significant to push the season forward. I mean, I like her moment that she had when she was struggling during the challenge, and as someone who works with students with autism, I love to see her battle through that. I actually talked to a couple of kids that I work with, and they saw that, and I think that's incredibly huge for as a role model. So I love Eva. I'm a fan of hers too. But as game wise, I'm kind of rooting for Joe or Kyle. Uh, we'll see how it plays out. Did you see though that I told you the other day Survivor 49 wrapped?
you did. I did. I didn't see it, but I did.
And the rumors are that next week they travel out for Survivor 50.
Wow.
Some of the rumored players, some of the people I'm hearing rumored, Rob Marinero, Boston Rob, I'm hearing again. um, Rob Sisterino, Rob has a podcast, is
He's
one
gonna
of the
be on
name.
it. 50?
It's a rumor. That's
Okay.
all. Suri,
Wow.
it's gonna be epic, dude. But we have to wait until like February of next
If the
year.
rumors are true.
Yeah, because Survivor 50 would, 49 would start the fall, and 50 would, and now people, you shared with me, and I saw it too, that they're starting to reveal some of the cast members for 49.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
Interesting.
five or six of them now.
Yeah, there's two Sophies apparently.
Yeah.
Uh, it's interesting how that it doesn't get like how did they do that? Like that's crazy to me. But they do. Apparently the spoilers already know who's going to 50 for sure, but they don't want to release it until they go out to Fiji.
Hmm.
So, did you vote in the last vote?
I think I did.
Do you want so what would you want idols in the game or not? I would say
For
no. I old school. Don't do idols. Let them play it out naturally. Um,
um, I actually kind of like idols. I don't
yeah,
I I don't think I like when they overdo it, but I always like one in the beginning out there for someone to find it and for
that's
someone
how
to
it started.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could go either way on that one, honestly.
I just want to, I guess I say that because I would have liked a season like kind of just refreshing where we don't see that and we see what they do to compensate for not having them. Um, I mean, the shot in the dark too is kind of a game changer. So,
Hmm.
I don't know. I I would like honestly, I would love to see the old school players play in the new school format, but I would like to see the new school players play in the old school format, if you know what I mean. That would be
A little
interesting
bit of both. Yeah.
television. Yeah. So we'll see how it plays out. I'm excited to see, 50 is basically written by the fans, so we'll see how the fans come up with a
How
season.
many more votes are there still?
That's it. That was it.
That's it.
Yeah. So we had some good votes and some good choices that were made, and I think we're going to have a 20-person season. That's a feeling I have.
Yeah,
Um,
I think so too.
it's way too many not to include four more. um, so speaking of also CBS reality, Big Brother 27 finally announced their summer premiere date. Big
July
Brother
10th?
is going July 10th, a 90-minute, that's a new thing too, a 90-minute Thursday episode, July 10th at 8 o'clock. It's immediately followed by a 90-minute Sunday episode on July 13th, and it leads into its 90-minute time slot every Wednesday, meaning the first week of the season is going to be big. Um, it's paired with the reveal that the season will feature all new group of house guests, so no returnees, which I like the refreshing new house guest. Um, I do think the big BBI arena, it might not be called BBI, but it will come back. And that aspect, I like that aspect of the game. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
Uh
nice twist.
uh there's also a new thing coming, and you remember there was an episode in last season when they had Taylor um I forget. They had three former players come back basically and sit there and go over the week. I
Yeah, they're
think that
doing
was
this
a pilot
all this
episode of
time.
this new twist.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
What do you think about that?
I mean, more filler, it seems like, for CBS.
I do not. So I don't enjoy any episode, honestly, that doesn't result in something. So I have to see either an immunity being one, a power of
Yeah, we
veto.
always fast forward through the recaps, like, oh, this is what happened.
I mean, and you know me, right? I'm on all over the spoiler, looking at spoilers for Big Brother. So, like, I already know a lot of what's happened. So, I don't know if there's going to be value with that for me specifically. But
Yeah,
I do see how,
just anybody who's a fan of said alums that each week might tune in to see them.
yeah,
And they did say never before seen footage each episode. So who knows what
yeah.
that could be though.
I never liked that episode of once a season towards the end when they have the final
Yeah, they
three
just
with
sit
the
at the
dinner.
table.
I
Yeah.
never liked that episode at all. It's kind of lame.
Skip to the
Um,
challenge at the two-thirds
that
through.
they, and they don't even show the whole challenge
Oh,
typically.
it's so dumb.
So stupid. But yeah, I'm excited. Big Brother is coming back. I cannot wait to watch that. Of course, we will be recapping Big Brother. We'll be recapping Destination X, which is, I'm hearing someone watched the first four episodes. I guess they got a preview and says it's fantastic. And I really liked Peter on The Traitor, so there's a lot of likable and some not likable cast members on that show. Uh, Josh. But yeah. And so also speaking of Big Brother, real quick, I do think based on where Big Brother 27 is premiering, I think it'll run into Amazing Race 38's premiere, which of course is the Big Brother Amazing Race Worlds Collide season. So we shall see. And Charlie already committed. He's gonna watch that season with me. So
That's
we'll
true.
we'll,
That's
we'll
true.
you like the way I did that?
Only if you promise Angela's out soon.
I cannot reveal any spoilers.
Okay. Perfect.
Or what I have heard on the internet. All right, so let's talk about um baseball. Baseball. Let's talk about the MLB, the Chicago Cubs, the New York Mets, the New York Metropolitans. How are they doing? What happened with those Cubbies, Charlie?
I mean, it was a pretty solid week for the Cubs last week.
It was.
They,
Who you swept somebody, right?
yeah, it's always fun to sweep the White Sox.
How about that? You know, even the Pope was on your side, from what I understand. That's what I heard, you know.
He must have been based off the scores.
Um, it would be epic if they did a Pope bobblehead at the White Sox. I mean, maybe they'd
They
actually
might,
get
they
people to
might.
come in the door.
The Sox out-homered the Cubs in 3 games, 5-2. Yet the Cubs outscored the White Sox in the series 26-8.
Wow. So let me
So,
ask you a question. As someone who doesn't live in Chi-Town, is not a Chicago local, how intense is the rivalry between the White Sox and the Cubs?
in what regard?
So, I mean, I know it's a new phenomenon over these last couple of years where we're doing these interleague games
Oh,
with
it's been
other
going on for
teams.
a while, since like '98.
But would you say in Chicago there are more White Sox fans or Cubs fans? I think I know the answer to that.
It's probably Cubs.
That's what I
I
would have
mean,
guessed.
they did set that world record of people at a gathering when they won the World Series.
Hmm.
But I mean, there's plenty of Sox fans.
Oh
Just
yeah, there
not,
are.
they just are hiding for the last couple seasons.
I wonder why.
I don't blame them,
Um,
but
they don't have any Frank Thomases on the team currently, basically.
no,
Um,
they've got some good young guys coming up. They
yeah.
actually had won 6 out of 9 before the Cubs series.
Okay. Okay. They're not the Rockies.
They're
Okay.
not the Rockies. Well, I mean, they've got a comfortable 6 games at least on the Rockies right now.
Which is frankly impressive, considering where they came from last year. That's impressive, and they're not getting hit on the head so much anymore. Where I would do Curb
Just
Your
a couple
Enthusiasm.
times.
Just a couple of times.
They did drop a few fly balls in the series though, but Wrigley can the wind and the
The
lake
Sun.
effects and sun.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
good for
they
them.
it was a pretty good series if you're a Cub fan.
So speaking of the other team that we root for, let's talk about the Metropolitans. The New York Mets did fairly well, I'll say. They took 2 games from the Pirates and they took 1 game from the Yankees, maybe not as well. That series kind of annoyed me a bit. I'll admit. I mean, the I know in baseball, and I know you'll probably have an opinion about this. In baseball, anything can happen on any given Sunday. I know that's football, but I'm just saying any given day, anything can
Hmm.
happen. But for a team of the Mets caliber to be losing a game by 6 runs is crazy to me. Like it's insane. I mean, I know that it's gonna happen, but 8-2, like what?
Yeah, I mean that was what 2-2 in the eighth.
Yeah, it was. And then Pete Alonso, that throw.
Yeah,
Dude, come on, Pete. I mean, at least he
he
owned
had
up to
another.
it.
Yeah, he's had a couple of those throws recently.
I have to. He's my guy.
Yeah,
But
but man, is he hitting?
he is hitting. He's hitting, and so is Pete Crow Armstrong.
Yeah,
You and I had a field day today. Well, you started it. We went on Twitter and replied to some old tweets about people basically shunning PCA,
that's
saying,
true. I saw an old tweet that was from the beginning of the season that was asking people to rank the center fielders coming into the season, and he ended up being ranked fifth, which at the time, or now I should say, seems rather light. And everybody was saying the opposite, saying, "How could you rank him five? He shouldn't even be in the top 10, top 15." And there are a lot of people that would probably like to take those takes back.
but you know what? The way social media is, they're not going to take anything back. They're
No, of
not.
course
They're
not.
just not. No one ever admits that they're wrong. I mean, I wish they would, and I would wish there was a way, for people to be held accountable for opinions. Because maybe people wouldn't throw them out so easily. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
how blatant people are, and I don't know. But I mean, overall, I'm still pleased with the Mets. I don't notice any trends yet, so that's okay. But I am. The reports too. I don't know if you saw this. There reports were floating around from the fans that Juan Soto is not giving the energy that he gave with the
He's not
Yankees
hustling enough.
hustling. And here's the thing: normally with fan reports, right? I kind of shove that away and say, yeah, whatever. But the front office came out and kind of said that they're a little surprised too with
Yeah,
his lack
Mendoza
of.
mentioned something tonight after the game that
Um,
he's gonna talk about it. But in
I
I
don't
think
think
that
that should be talked about, but
yeah, I think there's always a little bit of Soto that's always kind of been there. It's not like this is a new thing. I think that
he's always
first and
you're
foremost is important to say. It's not like he's doing this now that he got paid. This has always been part of his game. And then the one that happened today, I mean, he lasered it and is not used to playing with a 40-foot high wall that often.
the
And he
Green
made up
Monster.
for it by stealing seconds. So
Soto, like you said, I mean, you can go back to his career with the Nationals, with the Padres, with the Yankees, with every any team he's ever been with. He ebbs and flows. He has moments and he has periods and stretches where he does the Juan Soto thing. But the real beauty of him is when it comes to be important and necessary, he does bring it on. And I have zero concerns about his ability to win and be a winner. I am a little surprised that he showed that lack of effort against the Yankees because I would have thought that he wanted to prove a point, if that
I
makes
think that was
sense.
more frustration with how the series had gone because that was towards
Yeah,
the end of it as well. And he didn't have his best series.
no. And I think honestly it was a mental game for him with the disconnect with the Yankees and maybe it was playing with his head. Who knows?
I mean, yeah, he also had to face Max Fried, who's arguably one of the
Yes.
best pitchers in the game right now, and that's lefty on lefty. So
I saw the most annoying video of Max Fried yesterday. I don't know if you saw it, but basically he was doing a signing and someone gave him a Mets hat and he
then
threw
he
it on the
threw it. I
floor.
heard. I didn't see it, but I heard about it.
Oh, I was so annoyed with that. I
He's
just
he's all in on the rivalry.
I wanted to go cha 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 send because of course, I mean, if you don't know, Max Fried currently with the Yankees, but formerly with the Atlanta Braves, and so there's no friendliness there
I
with
was
the
gonna
Braves and the
say, yeah,
Mets. Spencer Strider famously about a year ago had said a bunch of stuff about the Mets, and yeah, we're not the biggest fan of him either. So pitchers like to have some words. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, okay, bring it on. What you doing? You know what I mean? Um, but yeah. So yeah, that's our baseball recap. What else we got to talk about, Charlie?
so there's a bunch of some interesting movies coming out in the next few days here. A
There
few, a
are
few real interesting ones.
movie blockbusters coming out for the summer. You want to go over them?
Well, first and foremost, this week we have Mission Impossible, which
Dun
is
dun
part
dun
two
dun
of
dun.
the finale, so to speak. It's like a
That's what I want to ask you. So I'm going to set this up. Last year, or the last time we took a cruise, it seems like forever. I think it was the beginning of last year. Erica and I are on a cruise. And we go to the movie and it's Tom Cruise, it's Mission Impossible Awakening or whatever it's called, and we're watching the movie and I'm like, oh cool, this is an awesome movie, and it said to be continued. Totally forgot about it. I start seeing press for this new movie and I'm like, wait, didn't I see a movie with that title before? That is a long time between films when you're doing a
yeah,
part two. Holy, when did that movie come out around the time right after we filmed We Are Family? Like way, like in
yeah, probably about a year
23.
and a half. Yeah,
Wow. Did you see the video they had?
isn't that about the same time as like Wicked and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's a long time. I don't
that's what
know.
they do these days. Year and a half between. Sometimes you wait 2 to 3 years for a new season of a show.
This is true. I mean, look at yeah, the
They got
bear.
to make sure it's great,
Um
especially Tom doing all of his own stunts.
He broke his ankle, apparently. Did see that while he was filming that movie. And you saw it. I don't know if you saw it. He had pictures with Dylan Efron and Boston Rob,
I
who went to the
did see it.
premiere. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Listen, I love all the Mission Impossible movies I could watch. I don't care. Like, I love that stuff, like that
me too.
spy shit. I love that stuff.
Probably will see it this weekend.
It'll self-destruct in 10 seconds. I love that. What are you talking about? Like, what guy doesn't like Mission? Oh, come on. But yeah. So you're excited about it?
Very, yes.
Yeah, me too.
There's another one that I'm real excited to see. Maybe not in the same sense of Blockbuster, but Tim Robinson's movie with Paul Rudd
So
is
good.
wide release this coming week as well. I've
It's
heard nothing but, or I should say, I've read nothing but great things about it.
I feel like it's the type of movie that you go to and you literally pee your pants. Like, it's so funny. Like,
Yeah,
I did that
especially the
with
first
South
time you
Park.
see one of those.
Oh my God. He's hilarious. Tim Robinson, he was on SNL for a brief period of time. And Paul Rudd, of course. And Paul Rudd is a very surprising comic actor because he didn't really he kind of started that way, but not really seriously. He's good. What's the premise of that movie?
So basically, Paul Rudd is like, I believe he's like a meteorologist on the local news or something like that. And Tim is a neighbor of his, and they become friends. And it's like literally them forming a friendship. And Tim Robinson is one of the weirdest people you've ever met, basically.
He's so
Without
funny.
giving, yeah, I think that's like as basic as it can be without ruining anything.
I honestly, I think what makes Tim Robinson so funny is the fact that when he's playing, he literally throws all shit to the wind and is like, I don't give a shit. Let me just like totally go balls to the walls with this character. And it's funny. Like there's no embarrassment. It's like he's just blatantly funny. Uh,
Yeah, I
and
mean
the actors with him too.
that's like the premise of his Netflix show is they do something so awkward until basically they say I think you should leave to whoever it is in whatever situation it is.
Yeah, there was one. I think I forget their exact premise. It was they were at a table in a restaurant or something. It's so funny. Oh my God. And he's just like the most bizarre things he's saying or doing. And
Yeah,
yeah. So I would definitely see that. I mean, I know you're a big stan of Tim Robinson. That's your guy.
definitely.
Um,
Definitely.
any other what other films are coming out?
There's a handful of them. I don't know.
Let me see here.
The next Pixar movie comes out in a few weeks. That
Oh,
one's
we
called
do,
Elio.
and we
And
have
then
Lilo and Stitch live action.
there's also the F1 movie, but that's about 4 or 5 weeks out with Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt coming back to the big screen. We have. I did see. I'm not a big cartoony kind of person, but the live action of Lilo and Stitch looks really cute. Um,
The
what else?
marketing they've done for that
Yeah,
is great. That I will say.
yeah. They had the little girl was on The View today, and basically they brought out Stitch like an animatronic Stitch. It was very cute. Um, so
And then
let's.
speaking of Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise gave a shout out to another movie that's coming out that he said he just saw a screening of. I don't know if you saw this, but there's a new movie in the John Wick universe that's coming out that stars Ana de Armas. It's basically like a female version of John Wick.
Ooh,
And Tom Cruise said he saw an advanced screening of it and thought it was awesome and just in the same sense as the others. So that could be interesting too.
I'm looking forward to that. You saw Thunderbolts. I think Thunderbolts, I'm hearing, well, you loved it, right?
Yeah,
Um, so also Naked Gun, the new Naked Gun movie. I know back in the day, those were hilarious. I loved those movies.
that I'm super excited for. That's not till maybe July though, right?
Right. Um, Final Destination. I loved that original movie, and I'm not a horror movie fan, but it was so unique the way the story went, where people died and then you were saved, and then all of a sudden now you were gonna die, and it was yeah,
And then
interesting premise.
if we're sneaking into July, there's a couple others that come out in July. Obviously, Superman.
Our buddy Mike Evans is an extra, an event, not just an
I
extra,
heard star.
a star. He plays a
Basically,
dad.
basically, yeah, the dad of the girl that gets saved. I mean,
I can't wait to see her buddy Mevins.
you got Kung
Um,
Fu Panda
Kung Fu. I love
4.
Kung Fu Panda. That was such a cute, that original movie. Um, Kung Fu. We have A Life
There's
of
al-
Chuck, which is a Stephen King movie. That's
there's
interesting.
also one other massive one at the end of July that people are the internet is super hyped for.
Let me see here.
The
At the end of
Fantastic
July.
Four.
Yeah. So with the Fantastic Four and Marvel Universe is very interesting because they've done a Fantastic Four movie about twice already. Famously, one of the Fantastic Four iterations um had Captain America himself, Chris Evans, as
Johnny Blaze,
Johnny Blaze. Yes,
Johnny Storm. Yeah.
I always mix him and Ghost Rider up. I get corrected on that. Shout out Nicholas Pepin, who gave us a shout out on his podcast. Thank you, buddy. Good to see you. Good to hear it. Good to hear from you. See you. Um, I know what you did last summer is coming back. Smurfs. There's a new Smurfs movie. Happy Gilmore 2. That was
Yes.
casting in New Jersey. I love that. I love Adam Sandler can never do wrong. Naked Gun, Liam Neeson. Interesting. Let's see. Freakier Friday, Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan come back. Okay. Um, uh, not something I would rush to the movie to see.
We also
Um,
have
Toxic Avenger. I don't know if you've seen. I
some good
mean,
TV returning pretty soon as well.
yeah, what's coming up?
Stranger Things.
It's on
I
my
know
list.
I know that's on your list. You haven't watched it yet, but
Can I tell
that
you a
one,
story?
yes, please.
So I have several times already. I'm going to admit this, and I know you've talked to me about this. I have attempted to start to watch Stranger Things several times. The first several episodes are so weird. I don't know what the freak is going on because it doesn't really hook you in. It's just a bunch of people talking. I don't understand it. Please tell me. I know it gets better, but I don't know how
How
to get
many
there.
episodes did you watch?
Like two, maybe, or three?
And I don't. I feel
What's going
like
on?
I feel like
Something about
stuff
Upside Down
happens.
or
I feel like
something?
something has happened in the first two.
All right,
Are you
I'm
sure
gonna
you
watch
went
it
two
again.
full? Are you sure you went two full episodes?
I don't know. I was bored. I started watching it. I was bored, dude. I don't know. Like, and I know it has a big. Listen, is it like X Files kind of ish?
Mm,
No, I
eh.
loved X Files. Um.
Then yes, it's like X Files. It's so
Okay.
much
All
like X
right.
Files. It's like literally like X Files' younger brother.
I guess I'm bad. Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah,
Um.
except that you love the people in it. Winona Ryder, David Harbour,
I do. I do. I do
especially
like
season one, you get someone who I'm sure you love.
who? Oh, it's a
Think
spoiler.
think Lord of the Rings, think Rudy.
Oh, yes. Austin, Sean Austin.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. I do like Sean Austin. Okay, all right. I'm gonna try to watch it again.
Yeah, you could try again.
I'll try. Um, so, so yeah. So Stranger Things comes. When does The Boys come back?
Ooh, that I don't know. Not that soon. Kind of soon. They're doing press for it now.
Bah.
Let's
Let's
see.
see.
Season five, and it's 2026.
Oh, okay. And The Bear has a season coming out next year too,
The
or
Bear has a
this year?
season. I think like
June?
within a week of Stranger Things. I think they're both early to mid June.
I didn't finish watching last season.
Oh no. Well, I should let you go. You got a lot to catch up on here, huh?
I will. I will. I have the whole summer. I mean, I could do it. I trust me. I can binge a lot during the summer. I have the whole
That's
summer to do
true.
that.
That's true.
Yeah. Um. So I'm excited. Yo, good. Some good. We're pop culture aficionados. I'm excited for. Not that baseball's gonna bore us. I have a feeling we're gonna have a spectacular baseball summer as well. And we'll have a lot to
Definitely.
talk about this summer as we do this podcast every week. Exciting, exciting stuff. Anything else?
No, I think we covered it.
I think we went around the bases. Buddy, have a great week, man.
You too.
Who the Cubs playing this week? What we got
The
the
Cubs have the Marlins and the Reds this week.
All right, let's go. Let's go
They're
Cubbies and the
still in
Reds.
that. They're 5-1 to begin that stretch of 21. So
Oh, oh.
keep having winning weeks, even or
Um,
positive or winning weeks. That's all you got to keep doing.
I mean that's all we got to do, and
Marathon.
hopefully the Mets play the Red Sox, and we'll see how we do. Yeah. This has been Around the Bases, the pop culture and sports podcast with your host,
Charlie Seymour.
and I'm Tim Sternberg. Until next week, everybody, have an awesome one. Go Mets, go Cubs. Bye.